Today we're going to be doing a total body or reformer workout. We're going to be starting standing. So we're going to have our foot bar down and we're going to have one red spring on. My reformer is a little bit taller. So for the first part, I'm going to be using a box to stand on to do some step ups. Depending on the height of your reformer, you may or may not need a box. So just use your discretion for that. So we're going to be starting standing. Good, so I'm standing on my box here. And then from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna step with our left foot onto the platform and then do a little balance and then step back down. So we're doing little step ups here. Trying to stay nice and tall on that left hip as you step up. Good. And we'll bring that right knee up as we step. Doing a little balance at the top. Good, we'll do a few more like this. Good, and then on this one, we're gonna step up with the left foot and tap the carriage and then step back down. So we come up, tap, and step back down. Good. Thinking about being nice and tall through the head, through the neck, almost feeling like you're being pulled up from the top of your head. Really focusing on posture here. Shoulders over hips, hips over knees, knees over feet. Good, we're gonna step up here and then we're gonna land that right foot on the carriage. Good, we're gonna do a slight tuck of our tailbone, again, being nice and tall. And we're gonna press equally into both legs, moving the carriage out. Good. Having that slight tuck of the tailbone here really helps to engage your outer hips. Good. We'll exhale as we press, inhale as you come in. Good, and we'll do 3, 2, and last one here. Perfect, and we're gonna bend our knees, and now we're gonna press equally into both legs with the knees bent. Good, and we'll go for 4, 3, 2, last one. Good, and then we'll have our hands on the left leg. We'll press into the right foot, moving the carriage in and out. Making sure that our left knee is over the left foot. Good, and then we'll go 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good. Coming up, and then we're going to switch sides. So we're going to have a nice bend in that right knee, hands on the right thigh. This is a little bit harder because we're trying to keep in line, right knee in line with the right foot on the moving leg. So you really have to put the effort into keeping this leg over. What I often see a lot of people do is it starts going like this. So you want to keep that knee over your foot. You might feel like you need to almost put more pressure on the outside of the right foot. Or think about really pushing out through that right hip. Good. 3, 2, last one. Perfect. Coming on in. And then before we do the other side, we're just going to carefully turn. Feel free to put your platform extender on here. But we're going to put our hands onto our shoulder rests, stepping into a plank. Good. And then control front's one of my favorites. So we're going to bring the carriage out and then bring it back in. Inhale as you press, exhale as you come in. Good. 3, 2, last one. Perfect. You can come on down, and then we're going to be doing the other side. Like I said, you can use the box if you have a high reformer. Otherwise, you're just stepping from the ground. Good. So I'm on the box here. I'm going to step right foot onto the wooden platform. Come on up. Little balance with the left knee and step down. Making sure that when we step, we're staying nice and tall on that right hip. One side often feels easier than the other. For me, I'm noticing this right side is definitely easier. Good. We'll do one more like this. And then on the next one, we're going to step up and then tap the carriage, stepping back down. This is a really good balance exercise, and I really like working the outer hips. It's good for everybody. I run a lot, so I do find for runners, strengthening the outer hips is great. But in general, it's good for everyone for balance. And then last one, we're going to step up and then land that left foot on the carriage. Slight tuck of the tailbone, tall through head, neck, and chest. Straight leg to start. We're going to press equally into both legs, bringing the carriage out and in. Thinking about pulling your belly button to your spine and being tall through your chest. Thinking about pressing out from the outer hips. We'll do 2 more like this. Good. And then we're going to bend at the knees. So we're in our little mini squat and pressing equally into both legs and bring it back in. And we'll do 2 more. Perfect. Hands come to the right thigh. You'll see that I shift my weight over that right leg, and then we're pressing the left leg in and out. And 2 more. Perfect. Hands come to the other side. Again, trying to keep knee over ankle and pressing into the right leg. Good, and 2 more. Perfect. Coming up tall, and then we'll step off the machine. And then I'm gonna have you kneeling, facing the straps, but we're just gonna have right knee down, left foot comes forward onto the headrest, and then we're gonna grab the strap with the right hand. From here, we're gonna be doing a row with the right arm. So we're nice and tall on that right hip, slight tuck of the tailbone again. Belly's pulled in, and again, feeling nice and tall through the head, neck, and chest. Good. Thinking about squeezing the back of the shoulder as you pull your arm back. Good. 2 more. Awesome. And then we're going to have palm facing behind you and just pulling with a straight arm. I really like doing single arm work or single cross body work. It's really important to mix in unilateral and bilateral. And we'll do 1 more. Perfect. We'll land that right strap, and then we're going to switch sides. Right foot comes up onto the shoulder rest. Repositioning, so left knees under left hip, slight tuck of the tailbone, and we row. Making sure that you're nice and heavy in that right foot as well. Trying to keep shoulders square towards the wall in front of us. 3, 2, last one. And then we're going to bring palm facing back. This is a lot harder for me on this side. I'm still on a red spring. If you need to assist, you could always use the other arm. I'll just do 2 more. Perfect. Good. We'll land that strap down. And we're gonna turn sideways. So right outer thighs against the shoulder rest. And we're gonna clasp the strap with our hands. Good. Hands come up with our chest. We rotate to the right, hips stay forward, and we pull through center. When we're doing these, I really like to try my best to keep my hands in line with my chest bone. It prevents you from only pulling with the arms like this. It's not what we're doing. We want hands in line with the chest. And last one. Perfect. Awesome. We're gonna raise the foot bar. Good. And then we're gonna come right foot on the ground or the box, depending, and we're gonna add a blue spring. So we have a red and a blue. Nice and heavy in that right foot, tall through the head, neck, and chest. I'm gonna press that left leg out and coming back up. So keeping nice and heavy in that right foot. Good, we'll do 2 more. Perfect. Heavy in the right foot, we're gonna hover that left knee, so you'll definitely feel a lot more in the right outer hip, and then you're bending and pressing that left leg. If you want, you can lift your arms off. Good, and we'll go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, we hold. Then we're gonna bend deeper with the right leg, and then straighten the right leg. Deep, you can even fold forward a little bit, and then coming up to tall. Good. Let's do 2 more. Perfect. Good. And then we're just going to drop the blue spring, and might need to drop your flip bar. I'm just going to do it. And we're going to be doing a little modified snake. So if you've never done that, you're going to have hands on your box. So if you don't have a box there, go and grab it. And we're going to have left hand at the top of the box and then the right hand on the side. We're going to come on up. So your left foot is against the shoulder rest and cross the right leg behind the left. We're going to be up in that pike position. And then what you're going to do is you're going to press your legs out into a plank and then pike your hips up. This is the first modification. Good. So you can either stay here, or the next level of snake is press out and look forward. And then tuck it. Chin, piking up. As you press, you look forward, and then pike and tuck. Good. So you can either stay here, or you're going to come up and look behind with a little arc in the back, and then tug all the way up. Good. We'll do 1 more. Perfect. Step on down. Then we're going to walk our box to the other side. Perfect. Good. So we just have our red. We're going to start with our torso twister. Good. So on your knees, about hip width apart, arms clasped and hands are on the strap. Trying to keep hands in line with the chest bone. We rotate through center. Keeping shoulders drawn away from our ears. Good. We'll do 3, 2, and last one. Perfect. Lower that strap, and then we're going to come on to the machine, lifting our bar back up, and then we're adding our blue. So right foot against the shoulder rest, left foot flat on the box or the ground. Good, and then we're gonna press back into the right foot, coming down into our lunge. Being nice and heavy in that left foot, that'll really activate the right glute. My box is sliding a bit. Trying to be nice and light in the hands. They're there more just for balance, not to help you push. Good, we'll do 2 more. Perfect. Pausing there, we're gonna be nice and heavy on the left foot. Let that right knee hover, pressing that right leg in and out. You can bring your hands to your hips if you want to balance. That'll make it a little harder. Belly pulled in, open through the chest. And we'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. And then both legs come straight, nice and tall. From here, keeping that right leg straight, we bend at the left knee and come on up. Again, if you want, you can both fold forward through your torso as you come down, or you can have that more upright posture, whatever you prefer. Good. We'll do 3, 2, and last one. Perfect. Good. And then we're going to lower that foot bar. And we just have one leg on. Just bring your box out if you don't have your box. And then again, we're going to have right hand at the top of the box, left hand on the side. Right foot goes against the shoulder rest. Left foot tucks behind the right. Good. Coming up into our pike, we're going to press our feet out and then pike back up. Good. So this is the level 1 little modification. Good. So if you want, you can add that look forward and then piking hips. And either stay there or you can press back, look over that left shoulder, and then pike up. So pressing legs out, arc your back, look over left shoulder, and pike the hips up. Good. And we'll just do 2 more. Perfect. And then we're going to just come onto our hands and knees. Hands are on the platform, knees under hips. Good. And then we're going to tuck our toes, hover our knees, and press out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. Knees come down. And they're going to round our back up and drop our belly, looking forward. Inhale, rounding up. Exhale, looking forward. And we'll do 2 more. Perfect. Thank you all for joining me today. This is our second reformer class.